So Nintendo dropped a bunch of absolute bombshells during that Nintendo Direct, but arguably none are more out of left field than the new Mario Kart characters. Which sounds funny because we knew we were getting new Mario Kart characters, right? There are still 2 slots on the character select screen. We're gonna get new characters at some point, but like this? Nintendo, what are you doing? Not only did we get Funky Kong and Diddy Kong, who I was kind of expecting, to round off the character select screen and fill in all the empty slots, but then they gave us 2 more. Nintendo, I don't get it. Why would you put 6 empty slots if you're gonna give us 8 new characters? This brings up so much additional discussion. There are many different ways they could handle this just on the menu alone, and I'm gonna bring up 3 different ways in this video. Now, I know what you're thinking. The way they arranged the characters on the select screen, it's not that important, but the fact that they have extra characters now could mean that we're getting even more. Could we be getting additional characters in a separate update past the Booster Course Pass? What about costumes? I feel more confident now that we could get different alternate costumes because of, well, I'll talk about it in a minute. But yeah, there's a surprising amount of stuff to talk about here, and that's what we're gonna jump into. So hey guys, it's Thomas from the Switched Up. If you're excited for these characters, hit the like button and subscribe. We're almost at 200,000 subscribers. It helps out so much. And comment down below, which character are you most excited to play as? I know Funky's probably the most obvious pick, but let me know down in the comments below. And now let's jump into the 3 different ways that Nintendo could rearrange the character select screen and potentially give us even more characters. All right, let's start with option 1. This is definitely the most boring and probably the most realistic, or at least the most conservative of these guesses, and that is just adding 2 extra slots kind of in this ugly looking offset here. This graphic is from @GamerAnson1 on Twitter. I'm never calling it X. I will die on that hill. This is Twitter. And thank you for tweeting this graphic out and tagging me in it, because this is something I could definitely see Nintendo doing. They even pointed out in their tweet that Mario Kart Wii has a similar kind of offset character select screen with the 2 Mii options down at the bottom. I could completely see this happening, but at the same time, it would be so awkward. All of these characters are being picked from Tour. Pauline and Peachette make that abundantly clear. We're getting a bunch of characters who were in Mario Kart Tour. Maybe they're just up-resing the models and whatnot. And the thing is, Tour is ending its support now, but there's still so many characters left in that game. Not counting all of the crazy alternate costumes and whatnot, we could still get Dixie Kong, Monty Mole, Chargin' Chuck, King Bob-omb. There are so many additional characters. Just there, I named another 4, so if they're gonna at least start this next column, why not fill out the remaining 4 slots with these Tour characters? I don't know. This option, it's probably what will end up happening. It's definitely the most conservative and requires the least amount of effort on Nintendo's end, but that's the weird part, because the actual least amount of effort would just be not including Pauline and Peachette. They only had 2 slots. Everyone was only expecting 2 characters. They've already shown that they're going above and beyond here by adding in 4 more instead of 2, so it would be so weird for them to add extra characters and then just kind of like smorgasbord put them onto the side. They're so out of place. It doesn't fit with the grid theme that Mario Kart 8 has always had whenever they add new characters. And if these are the final characters, that means this game will be like this forever. It'll have this weird little off, jutting out 2 characters. It's weird. I don't like it. I really hope this isn't what Nintendo does. And luckily, because they've already shown they're putting in extra effort, I don't think it is what they'll do. My personal guess is this second option, which is also extremely exciting. What if they just do this? Add in Pauline and Diddy Kong as new characters, and then Funky and Peachette are different costumes for Donkey Kong and Peach respectively. I know Funky being a costume and not like technically his own character might kind of rub people the wrong way, but in my opinion, this just doesn't matter at all. If they have the same weight class and the same stats, then putting them in as an additional character just hidden behind the option of Donkey Kong or Peach makes complete sense to me. They've already done this with characters such as Yoshi, Shy Guy, Birdo. The Inklings have this feature. These alternate costumes are super simple, they make so much sense, and Peachette, to be honest, should be an alternate costume of Peach. She should not be her own character on the menu. Some sort of fancy rework, adding in Funky Kong as an alternate of Donkey Kong, because Funky's already going to be a heavyweight, and I'm pretty sure Donkey Kong is like one of the heaviest characters in the game as well. That would give us Diddy Kong and Pauline as like the 2 new original characters that have their own spots on the menu, filling up the 2 question marks, and the other 2 are just costumes. This would then make me so excited for just the potential of other alternate costumes. If they were to add in some costumes from Mario Kart Tour and toss those in as like, maybe you can play as Builder Mario instead of just normal Mario when you click into him. Or maybe King Boo finally gets his golden variant from Tour. This sort of thing would be absolutely electric. And they're clearly going all out for this wave, adding in 4 new characters. So if they're already putting some of them as costumes, adding additional costumes would not be difficult at all. In fact, it's a lot easier than brand new characters. Even Peachette, who we've admitted is basically a clone and just another costume, has her own icon, which these alternates definitely would not need. The fact that Wave Wave 6 was shown off this early. It was shown off in September, but probably won't release until late November or December, just given the holiday release date for it, means that if they're gonna do additional stuff like costumes and whatnot, they might not want to reveal it right away. It would make sense for them to save that for when they actually reveal what tracks are in it with that trailer, because that'll get even more people talking. Maybe I'm too optimistic, but I don't think this is that unrealistic. Let me know down in the comments below whether or not you think Nintendo would do this, because honestly, I could definitely see it happening. If you asked me a week ago, I'd say, probably not, it's wishful thinking, but the fact that we got 4 characters when everyone knew they were only gonna do 2, they're clearly trying to go above and beyond. Adding in new costumes would not only solve the problem of not having enough slots on the menu, because then we wouldn't have this annoying little offset, thing of 2 characters, but it would also just be a great way to end off support for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart Tour's ending too, so it would be nice for them to be able to take those models and great character designs over to a home console Mario Kart game. It would drum up hype around the final wave of the booster pass. I completely would love to see them do this. And honestly, I don't know if it's the most likely, but it's definitely what I'm leaning towards. However, the last and final option, this one would be wild. What if Nintendo added an entire another column? Yes, I know that seems so ridiculous, but I said it before, Mario Kart Tour is ending. They're just going to be repeating tours for that game from now until they shut down the servers. Clearly in Nintendo's mind, that game is as good as done. They'll just sit back and collect the, gold pass money that they get from that game, but they're not putting any more development time into it, so they're probably not expecting too much, financial rewards to come from it. Because of that, they can now completely take characters from that game and just put them into 8 Deluxe, and it's not like you're killing or making, Mario Kart Tour any worse, because that game is not getting any new content anyway. It's effectively dead in the water. I already listed them off before, but the 4 characters I'd want to see added from Tour would probably be Monty Mole, Charge and Chuck, King Babom, and Dixie Kong. Those 4 characters would be an absolute treat to race as in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They already have the models, they love bringing stuff over from Tour, and now we have 2 additional characters that would have to be awkwardly placed on the menu. Yeah, I think it's possible. Likely, no, but it is more than possible in my opinion. I think you're bugging if you think otherwise. Just living throughout the course of the Booster Course Pass, we thought, oh yeah, there's no way that we get any characters. Boom, we got Birdo. We think, oh, all right, we'll get 2 characters in Wave 5, 3 in Wave 6, 3 characters in Wave 5, and now 4 in Wave 6 that we know of. I'm done saying that, oh, Nintendo's not gonna do this, it's too much effort, they just don't care. Because for some reason, with the Booster Pass, they've gone above and beyond every single time, at least in terms of characters. You can make the argument that some of the tracks look a little bad. I would say we haven't gotten a really bad looking track since like Wave 2 or 3, but regardless what you think about the tracks, you cannot say Nintendo hasn't been going above and beyond with the characters. They just have, full stop. And man, oh man, am I excited. Now, if we were to get a full nother column, would we get 8 characters in Wave 6? It sounds super ambitious to say that, 8 characters in one update, but man, it seems like that would be the way to go. And if they didn't, but did still introduce another column, oh my goodness, the possibilities are endless. Would that then mean we're getting another booster pass? Or just future updates that add in new characters? I could see it. What if after Wave 6 is done, even if they don't do a Booster Course Pass 2 or anything like that, just to give us some sort of Mario Kart content until the inevitable next Mario Kart game on the second Switch, which probably won't come out until holiday 2024 at the earliest. What if throughout next year, as they're still trying to keep the Switch somewhat relevant, every couple of months, oh yeah, we're tossing in a brand new character and maybe a few costumes. That would be absolutely insane. And honestly, I think that could be what these new characters are hinting towards. Otherwise, why would they not just add 2 characters instead of 4? Adding in only 2 characters makes it so much more feasible. I mean, it just makes it make way more sense. It's less effort on Nintendo's end, and they don't have extra slots. So yeah, those are the 3 different ways I think Nintendo could do this. To sum it up, they could just kind of awkwardly add in the 2 other characters here, like this mock-up from GamerAnson1 on Twitter shows. They could alternatively put maybe Funky Kong and Peachette as costumes for Donkey Kong and Peach respectively, and then in turn give us other costumes from Mario Kart Tour such as Builder Mario. Or last but certainly not least, an entire new column of characters, either added in Wave 6 or beyond. Again, it seems impossible, it seems like too much effort, but Nintendo is already proving that they're willing to put in extra characters. Not only are they willing to put in extra characters, they're willing to put in more than the amount they said. We thought we were getting 6 characters, there were 6 slots. Nintendo, what happened? I am absolutely lost, but let me know down in the comments below what you think and what you want to happen. I'm very curious what you guys have to say. Hit the subscribe button if you did enjoy, like the video while you're down there as well. We're so close to 200,000 subscribers, seriously, it means the world to me, man. And if you want to see an analysis of Daisy Circuit, my boy Max got you covered. Click the video on screen right now. I'm Thomas from the Switch Shop signing off. Peace, guys.